Feeling disrespected? Here's why. Let's be real clear. You can't expect others to respect you if you don't respect yourself. It all starts with you. How you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself, how you value your own time and needs, all of that sets the bar for how others treat you. Think about it. If you're constantly putting yourself down, apologizing for everything, and letting people walk all over your boundaries, what message does that send? It screams, hey, I don't think much of myself, so you don't have to either. You become a magnet for disrespect because you're practically begging for it. You accept less than you deserve, you settle for crumbs, and you let people get away with treating you poorly. And you know what? People can smell that insecurity a mile away. They pick up on your lack of self-worth and they exploit it. They know they can get away with more because you haven't set any standards for yourself. It's like leaving your front door wide open and wondering why everyone's walking in and out of your house like they own the place. You've got to put up some boundaries, some self-respect, and tell people, this is where my line in the sand is drawn. Until you start respecting yourself, demanding respect from others is like trying to build a house on a foundation of sand. It's just not going to hold. So, the first step to getting respect, look in the mirror and start there. Boundaries. They're not about being mean or selfish, they're about protecting your well-being, your time, your energy. If you're a people pleaser, always saying yes, always bending over backwards, you're practically sending out a welcome mat for disrespect. Think of it like this. Your life, your time, your energy, that's your valuable real estate. Now, are you going to let just anyone waltz in and take advantage of that? Or are you going to put up some fences, some gates, some security systems, and make sure people understand that you value your space? When you set clear boundaries, you're sending a message that you respect yourself, your needs, and your limits. And when you respect yourself, guess what? Others are more likely to follow suit. Now, setting boundaries isn't about becoming some kind of cold, uncaring robot. It's about learning to say no when you need to, without feeling guilty or obligated. It's about prioritizing your own needs and not always putting everyone else's first. And let me tell you, it takes practice. It's uncomfortable at first, especially if you're used to being a people pleaser. But trust me, the more you do it, the easier it gets, and the more respect you'll command from others. You can't expect people to read your mind. If you're not communicating your needs, your boundaries, your expectations clearly and assertively, you're setting yourself up for misunderstandings, resentment, and yes, disrespect. Mumbling, avoiding confrontation, hoping people will just get it. That's not communication, that's wishful thinking. And let me tell you, the real world doesn't reward wishful thinking. You've got to learn to speak your truth even if your voice shakes. You've got to learn to express your needs and expectations without apology. You've got to learn to stand up for yourself when someone crosses a line. Now, assertive communication, it's a skill. It takes practice, just like anything else worth having. It's about finding that sweet spot between being a doormat and a bulldozer. You're not running people over, but you're not letting them walk all over you either. Start small. Practice saying no to something simple. Express your opinion clearly, even if it differs from the group. The more you do it, the easier it will become. Chapter 4. Over-accommodating. Stop being a doormat. Look, there's a difference between being kind and being a pushover. Consistently putting others' needs before your own, constantly going above and beyond, bending over backwards, that doesn't make you a saint, it makes you a doormat. And guess what happens to doormats? People walk all over them. They take you for granted. They expect you to always say yes, to always be available, to always put their needs first. Listen, it's great to be helpful, to be supportive, to be there for people, but not at the expense of your own well-being, your own time, your own needs. When you're constantly over-accommodating, you're sending a message that you don't value yourself or your time. And if you don't value yourself, why should anyone else? Start setting some limits. Learn to say no gracefully, but firmly. Make time for yourself, for your own needs, for your own pursuits. The people who truly care about you, they'll understand. And the ones who don't, well, they're not worth your time anyway. Remember, you teach people how to treat you, so stop being so readily available, stop dropping everything to please everyone else, and start putting yourself first. Chapter 5. Negative body language. Project confidence, not weakness. You're communicating even when you're not saying a word. Your body language, your posture, your eye contact, your gestures, it all speaks volumes. And if you're constantly slouching, avoiding eye contact, fidgeting, you're projecting insecurity, lack of confidence, and guess what? People pick up on that. Think about it. Who are you more likely to respect? Someone who stands tall, looks you in the eye and speaks with conviction? Or someone who's hunched over, avoiding your gaze and mumbling their words? Your body language is a powerful tool. It can either work for you or against you. So start paying attention to the signals you're sending out. Stand up straight, shoulders back, chin up. Make eye contact when you're talking to someone. Use open and expansive gestures. It may feel unnatural at first, especially if you're used to shrinking back. But trust me, the more you practice, the more confident and self-assured you'll become. And that confidence will radiate outwards, commanding respect from those around you. Chapter 6. Lack of self-confidence, own your worth. Look, self-confidence is like a magnet. When you believe in yourself, when you know your worth, when you're comfortable in your own skin, it shows. And people are naturally drawn to that. On the flip side, lack of self-confidence is like a repellent. When you're constantly doubting yourself, putting yourself down, second-guessing your every move, it creates an energy of insecurity that pushes people away. And worse, it invites disrespect. Think about it. If you don't even believe in yourself, why should anyone else? People can smell insecurity a mile away. And some, unfortunately, will use it to their advantage. Building self-confidence takes time and effort. It's about recognizing your strengths, celebrating your accomplishments, and learning from your mistakes. It's about challenging negative self-talk and replacing it with positive affirmations. Remember, you are worthy of respect. You are capable of great things. Start believing it. Own your worth. The more confident you become, the more respect you'll command from yourself and from others. Chapter 7. Not standing up for yourself. Silence speaks volumes. Let me tell you something. Silence in the face of disrespect is not golden. It's an open invitation for more of the same. When you don't stand up for yourself, when you let people walk all over you, you're teaching them that it's okay to treat you that way. Look, I'm not saying you need to go around picking fights, but you do need to learn to assert yourself, to set boundaries, and to walk away from situations that compromise your self-respect. When someone disrespects you, address it directly. Be calm, be firm, be clear about how their actions or words made you feel. Don't let it slide, don't make excuses for them, and don't be afraid to call them out on their behavior. Now, some people might be surprised by your newfound assertiveness. They're used to you being a pushover. But that's their problem, not yours. You have every right to stand up for yourself, to protect your dignity, and to demand respect. Remember, you teach people how to treat you. And if you're constantly accepting disrespect, well, you're just reinforcing that behavior. So find your voice, set those boundaries, and don't be afraid to walk away from anyone who refuses to treat you with the respect you deserve. So those are 7 reasons why people might be disrespecting you. Lack of self-respect, poor boundaries, poor communication skills, over-accommodating negative body language, lack of self-confidence, and not standing up for yourself. Remember, respect starts with you. It's about how you treat yourself, how you value yourself, and how you allow others to treat you. Make these changes and see the difference. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. And remember, you deserve to be treated with respect, always.